Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'll be trading again with pocket option, and of course I'll be showing you this strategy right here. Alright, so I think last week I actually make a video on the how to actually spot the technical analysis of this strategy, but on today's video I'll be showing you in a very perfect moment to actually enter a trade each time you find a signal with this strategy. Alright, so over here we have a couple of indicators. The first indicator we are using is called moving average, and this is the setting. Alright, so on the input part, the period right here is 50, where the moving average is WEMA. Alright, we are using WEMA on this. On the style part here, I actually use a green color and I take the line to be on 2 pixels. So that's pretty much all I did on the moving average. So the second indicator we're using is stochastic oscillator, and this is the setting as well. The key period right here is 14, the D period is 3, the small thing is 4, while the moving average here is WMA. Alright, so over here I actually take all the line here on the style part. So when you're done, you hit save. So the last indicator I use here is called demarker. Alright, demarker with a period of 14. So over here on the style, I just change what's it called? I just change the thickness of the line, which is H for 2 pixel. Alright, so when you're done, you hit save. So that's pretty much how to set up the strategy. So we are using this on 1 minute candle time frame. Alright, so we're using this on 1 minute candle time frame and Henki Ashi candle, and of course we are doing this on 2 minute trade time. Alright, this is actually a 2 minute strategy. I'm definitely going to be showing you why I'm using it on 2 minutes. So over here I'm going to put up my currency pair real quick. Okay, so right here I actually have my currency pair lay up there real quick. So don't forget, I'm actually doing this on normal market, so I'm not doing this with OTC. Alright, so like the full explanation of the strategies are a little bit technical, and that's the reason why I really want you to stay all through the video so that you can actually understand each time I take a trade and the explanation I made each time I enter my trade. Alright, because I'll be actually making a full detailed explanation anytime I enter a trade, so make sure you actually stick around all through the video so that you can perfectly get this. Alright, so over here we're actually working with trend here, and also we need to work with what's it called, some forex technical analysis in this part, but it is very simple. I just want you to actually stay put and listen up. So the number one thing we are looking at if we are going for a trade is always make sure that we have our candlestick at the top of the chart in a very strong support level. For example, if you are going for an up trade, or should I say if you're going for a down trade, I want to use this for example. For example, if we're going for a down trade, which is actually a sell on forex, we need to have our candlestick at the top of the chart. All right, what I mean by that, we need to have this our candlestick in a very strong resistant level. How you gonna spot that you have this your candlestick at the top of the chart is to always make sure you check what's it called, your moving average. So that's the major reason why we are using moving average here, is to actually show us how strong the uptrend is or how strong the downtrend is. As you can see, this is a very strong uptrend because it has been the market has been coming right from this position. So if you actually check our moving average can indicate a very strong what's it called, uptrend, and when it gets to the certain point there's a reversal. So when you see something like this, you should know yourself that this is a very strong resistant part. Alright, so that's the reason why I said we need to have our candlestick in a very top of the chart, which is actually in a very strong resistant level. Alright, so that's the number one confirmation if you're going for a downtrend. The second confirmation is to always make sure that you have your stochastic oscillator in the overbought position. So what I mean by that is I always make sure that this your stochastic both line must actually be in an overbought position. So this upper line here, that's what we're actually calling overbought position. Make sure you have your stochastic right there in a very strong level coming down in the trend. So as you can see over here, the stochastic actually went up here. So when it gets to this certain point, it actually drops. So when you find the stochastic in this specific moment, saying that this your stochastic oscillator is actually coming down in the trend in the overbought position, just coming down, then it will be a great moment for you. That will be another strong signal for our sell. All right, so the last thing here is demarker. Our demarker usually work with our stochastic simultaneously. Anything our stochastic oscillator do, we should also have our demarker as a confirmation. Immediately you say that you have a very strong position with your stochastic in the overbought position, always make sure that you confirm that with your demarker. Our demarker right here is just for a confirmation of the signal given by our stochastic oscillator. I hope you understand. So when this three thing is in position, then it will be in a very great moment for you to enter a sell trade, a down trade. But before you actually go ahead to enter a trade, always make sure, that is where I said the technical analysis come to play. Always make sure that the candle that you are placing on is actually a very weak candle, or make sure that there is a very strong reversal after your doji candle. You're not going to understand now unless I take a trade. So that's the reason why I ask you to stay put. So right now I'll be analyzing the market. So when I get a good moment, I'll come down, enter a trade, and of course I'm going to explain in details the reason why I entered the trade. All right, so I'll be analyzing now, guys. Okay guys, so this is a very strong down trade. I actually forgot the other time to actually show you what you have to see if you're going for a bar trade, but it's actually an opposite of a sell. All right, so all you just have to look at it. So make sure that we have a very strong downtrend. The confirmation should be right with our moving average. You can see this is a very strong downtrend. We need to have our stochastic oscillator in a very strong oversold position. The same thing should happen with our day marker before we enter a trade. All right, as you can see, this is actually happening. All right, as you can see, this is actually a very strong position with our stochastic, and also our day marker is actually going very strong in this particular position. But like I said, before you enter a trade, there's something you always need to confirm. All right, with your candlestick, which I'm going to show you right now. This actually varies with different kind of a signal you got, all right, with your candlestick. So that's the more reason why you need to stay put through the rest of the trade I'm going to take, because it's definitely going to have different explanation. All right, so over here we have a very good reversal. As you can see, the market have actually dropped to this point, but this particular candle here actually reversed. This candle right here actually get weakened and the reversal occur here. So our reversal candle was very strong. All right, so when this happens, you need to wait to have another candle, which is already happening, but this is actually your confirmation candle. This is a reversal candle, this is a confirmation candle. Always make sure that your confirmation candle is more strong than your reversal candle. All right, so when that happens, you can practically take a trade on the next candle generated. So I'm going to wait now and take a trade on the next candle, because I'm so sure that it's going to be greater than, as you can see, it happening. Let me enter the trade real quick. So over here, so what we just did here is very simple. The number one thing we are looking at is, I'm talking about this particular strategy, this particular signal here, because like I said, there varies. Sometimes this reversal candle might be a very strong doji candle. That was sometimes it might be a very what's it called, just a very tiny candle, a very small tiny candle, but with still a larger body. But this time around, this actually a reverse, because over here we have a weak candle on this part. Right, this is where the trend actually ends, when it has been coming right from the right from this position. It actually ended here. This candle actually reversed. So over here I call it a reversal candle. So when that happens, it actually indicates for you to wait and see what the market is going to throw to you. So if that happens, the next candle that generated is a confirmation candle that you're not going to take a trade yet. After the reversal candle, the confirmation candle, like I said earlier on, must be very strong than the reversal candle. As you can see over here, we have a very strong candle. This candle is more stronger than this. So this is a reversal candle. What's it called? Confirmation candle must be very strong than the reversal candle. Then after that happens, always make sure that you wait till the next candle is going to generate. That's the candle we're going to take a trade on. Only if that same candle is more stronger than the confirmation candle. If that happens, then we can go ahead and take a trade, because it actually indicate that the market, what's it called, is, and the buyer have taken over the market totally from the seller, and they are ready to push it up. So if that happens, we need to actually enter a trade to push it up. All right, so like I said, this is actually for this particular trade, because sometimes you would need to sometime you may find a reversal to be in a doji, and that you should have another what's it called, there's another explanation for that entirely if you are going for that kind of a trade. All right, so you can see with the money and that. So because over here it actually indicates that the buyer has taken really over the market, and they're ready to push it down. So any moment the market will be going up. All right, so that's the reason why it needs to give it more time for it to go up. So like I said, you can actually do this with 2 minutes. You can even do it with 3 minutes, depending on what works for you. But 2 minutes is actually okay. All right, but the number one thing is make sure that your stochastic oscillator is in a very strong position before any decision. All right, make sure that you have a very strong downtrend. For example, if you're going for an uptrend, make sure you have a very strong downtrend. How will you know that? You will know that with your moving average. As you can see, our moving average has been falling right from this position, and it has been falling very good on this down. So this is a very strong support level. When that happens, make sure you have your stochastic oscillator in a very strong oversold position as well. The same thing should happen with your day marker. Your day marker too must be working simultaneously with your stochastic oscillator. So when that happens, make sure the confirmation, the reversal is happening. Your reversal candle is strong, but make sure that the confirmation candle is even more stronger, and the one you're going to take a trade on, which is the third candle, must be actually even more stronger than the confirmation. So when that happens, then you're going to have a very good entry, what's it called, if you enter the trade. All right, so that was just it. So guys, I'll be analyzing again. So when I find another good moment, I'll come down and take a trade. Of course, I'm going to explain that particular signal as well. All right. Okay guys, so over here I'm finding another good moment. This is actually a different kind of a signal that you need to know as well. All right, so over here, the number one thing actually happening here, as you can see, what's it called, our confirmation candle. This is actually our reverse candle. The two reverse candle actually happened here. If you actually check this particular one here, you can see that this is actually a very strong doji candle, but the next candle actually dropped. Another reverse take over again, but the other reverse is more stronger than this one here, which is actually what I'm actually checking out. And the confirmation reversal, it's even more stronger. Two things happen here. If you actually go back again over here, the same thing happened when it actually dropped here. It's trying to pull back here, but this actually the third candle here, it's very what's it called, it's very more weak even than this. As you can see, this confirmation candle is even more stronger than the third candle that we're supposed to actually enter our trade. Like I said, if that happens, do not enter a trade, because there's a tendency that the seller will still definitely going to push down the market. But over here is actually a very strong position, and if the next candle is actually more stronger than this confirmation candle, I'm going to enter my trade. As you can see, this is it. So over here I'm going to enter a trade over there. So like I said, it's actually a total different kind of a thing. As you can see, the market has been struggling right from here, right? When the trend actually calmed down, the reverse happened. The buyer wanted to take over the market, but the seller wasn't actually agreeing with them. They are still trying to take over the market from them. This is where what's it called, this particular part is where the struggle actually started. But when this reverse happened here, this particular candle, when this reverse happened here, I needed to wait to see the confirmation what's it called candle. The confirmation candle was even really strong past the rest candle that we've had in the what's it called, right from here. When the markets newly starts to reverse, all right, this candle is even more than them. It's actually stronger than every other candle right here. So I'm so sure that this market is actually, the buyer have totally taken over the market, and they are ready to push it off for in this time. But I still need to wait to the third candle to give me very strong confirmation that okay, for real, this is actually going on before I enter a trade. So that's what I actually did here. So I need to wait, and immediately I wait, I say that even the candle here, the third candle that I put that I needed to enter my trade on, is even more stronger than the confirmation candle. So I'm so certain that this market, what's it called, the buyer has really taken over, and they're ready to push it up any moment. So that's the reason why I actually enter my trade. I hope you understand. But like I said, always make sure that you have your stochastic oscillator in a very good position, because that's only when we're going to have a confirmation that okay, the market is going up, like the buyer just take over. If I enter the trade now, there must be a very tendency that the next candle might reverse on me. So if you just have what's it called, if you have a stochastic right in the oversold, very strong oversold position, it actually indicates that the market is just going up. The trend is just, as you can see with the money on that, the trend is just going up in the market. That's the reason why we are using this stochastic oscillator. So we are only taking a trade when we see them in a very strong oversold position. The same thing with our day marker, not that it has been going up in the trend before we enter a trade, because there's very high tendency that the next candle might reverse. But the reason why we have it, and the reason why we are doing it on a very strong oversold position with the confirmation of our day marker, is the fact that it actually tells us that okay, this is newly trend, that the trend is just going up newly, and we need to actually enter our trade so that we can follow follow up with the trend. And a couple of minutes, we're definitely going to end up in the money. All right, so let's make sure that you have your stochastic right on the normal position at the same time with the day marker if you're taking a trade after the confirmation of your candlesticks. All right, so another good one there, guys. I'll be analyzing again. So when I find another good one, I'll come down and take a trade, and of course I'm going to explain again. Okay guys, so over here we have another signal for our doji. As you can see, our doji candle actually formed here. All right, and the reversal candle, as a reversal candle. So our confirmation candle is actually going down very strong on the trend, and if you say this, it actually really gets strong for the past other candles that actually happened. But like I said, our confirmation is not what you're looking at. We are only looking at to take a trade on the next candle generated if it actually gave us another strong candle. Like I said, our confirmation is usually a place where our decision lays on to see if we're going to enter a trade or not, because we're going to see it coming very strong in the market, and if it doesn't happen, then we don't need to actually enter a trade. All right, so as you can see, our confirmation is actually getting stronger. But let's see if what's it called, the next candle generator will be giving us a good one here. I can enter this trade. All right, it's a good one here. And if you actually check our stochastic accelerator here, it is actually very strong in the overbought position coming down on the trend. The same thing with our day marker in a very strong overbought position heading down. This is a very good confirmation. But let's wait and see what this market is going to play out. What's it called? It kind of seems that the reversal might happen, but this is actually a very strong trend, because I'm so certain that the market will be coming down in a moment. So guys, let's wait and see. So as you can see, the market is already pulling down. So let's just wait and see if there's going to be a good moment. I think we have less than 1 minute to actually close this trade. So guys, let's wait and see if there's going to be a good moment in the next 1 minute. All right. Okay guys, a good one there when the money on that, as you can see over here, the trend eventually came down, and of course we actually end up in the trade. So guys, this is where I'm going to actually stop onto this trade. The market was getting bad, so I don't want to risk it no more. But guys, I hope you understand how this works. I hope you really understand how this works. All right, it's very simple. All I said here, always make sure you put them in mind and try this strategy, guys. This is a very, very powerful strategy. Please try it. If you don't understand this video, make sure you try to watch multiple times until you're able to consume and understand this before you use it. And you can actually try it with your demo account first, but I'm so certain that if you understand the strategy and everything I did here, it's definitely going to be very profitable for you guys. It's really going to be profitable. And do not forget, we are doing this for an up and down trend alone on the chart. If you're having the middle chart, do not take a trade. Always make sure that you're only having a very strong uptrend or a very strong downtrend, either in a very strong resistance level or in a very strong support level before you enter a trade. Make sure your confirmation is right. Do with your both what they call stochastic and also day marker is very, very important. All right, always make sure you're having them in a very strong position, either overbought or an oversold, and make sure the confirmation of your candle is right, and you're taking a trade on the third candle, which is actually a very strong candle, which is actually a stronger candle than your confirmation. All right, so that's just it. So guys, this is where I'm going to end up on today's video. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on the next upload. So always make sure you join our Telegram group. The link will be right there in the description so that you can be part of the family. I love you guys, and I'll see you on another video.